Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Good morning, good morning. Just waiting to see if anybody pops on. Hey, Rhonda, I am doing well. How about yourself? I heard you just got your kit. What do you think so far? There we go. Okay, just posted the link to my website. All right. Haven't gotten kitten mail yet. Just signed on the 29th. I'm loving it. Oh, okay. I thought for some reason you posted that you got your kit. Okay, good deal. Good morning, Deb. How are you? Loved your project last night. For some strange reason, I could not comment on the live feed at all. So I didn't know if others were having that same issue. And so I didn't. That's why I messaged you on that, because I just didn't want people not being able to, comment and join in on your live feed. So what's everyone drinking this morning? I have got my Yeti cup full of tea. If you're popping on, if you will say good morning or hello, I would appreciate it. I've got a few people popping on. I like to say hello to those that are joining in for the fun. Yeah, not so much this morning. Definitely not the foxy chick. Rhonda, I totally agree with you. I'm pretty much doing the same thing. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have a few people on here, and I don't want to take up too much of your Saturday. So my name is Michelle, and I am a creator with Magnolia Design Company, and I also own Foxy Chick Designs. And this morning, we're going to do a cute little project. With it being May, some of you have heard me talk in the last couple videos on Mother's Day morning. It'll be, well, the actual date is the 13th, but Mother's Day 2 years ago, I lost my mom. And the stencil I'm going to use today is because someone we love is in heaven. There's a little bit of heaven in our home. I don't know why either. I thought it might be the page. Yeah, I'm not sure, Deb. So the board that I show you is a board that I've had in my stash. I actually got it from another company that I worked for and never used it, and I absolutely love it, and I want to get this up in my house. just in honor of my mom, and trying to use some more of my designs actually in my house instead of just designing them to sell. Anything that I make that you see, hey, Miss Houseneck, how are you? Anything that you see me create is for sale. Even if I say I'm doing it, for my own personal use, I can always recreate it. It might not be the same surface, depending on what surface I use, but it's always something I can recreate for anybody that would like it. If you see something that you are interested in, if you will just message me, we can work out details and all that kind of stuff. So first things first, hey Missy, I'm glad you finally are catching me live. I know you watch my replays, and I am so thrilled that you are catching me live. If you see the little live button, it's a red little button right about there, then you are catching me live. And if you will comment #live, if you don't see that little red live button, then you're catching the replay. And would you comment #replay? If this is your first time catching me live, or you've never heard of Magnolia Design Company, if you will comment with a number 1. Hey Missy, I've got Missy Cadell and Missy Clark watching. Thank you guys for jumping on. If you've caught us live before, or if you've seen Magnolia Design Company products, if you will comment a number 2 in the comments, and if you'll throw some hearts. And there's also let's see, I think it's down here, there's a little button that starts with an S. If you guys will hit that and get your friends involved in our project today, or send your friends over to the Foxy Chick Design business page and get them to give a thumbs up and turn their notifications on so that they won't miss out on any amazing projects. So what we're going to be doing today these are the colors I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using our coal black, our sugar plum pink, and is this true blue? It's dark, I can't really see it. I believe this is our true blue blue color. I was going to just do the black and the blue, but my mom was a breast cancer survivor, so I want to throw a little bit of the pink in there in honor of her. And then I'm using our Because Someone We Love stencil, and it's got some wings, and you can use it for either a wedding or your home, because it says, at our wedding or in our home. And then the main part says, because someone we love is in heaven, there's a little bit of heaven. And then I'm going to use in our home. So that's the stencil that I'm going to be using today. The board that I'm going to be using looks like this, and it has the little hanger on the back. So this is the particular board I'm going to use today. I bought this board a while ago, and hey Melissa, thanks for popping on. I'm going to use this board. This is one of my favorite boards, and it was one that I wanted to be able to use for my own house. And now that I have this Because Someone We Love stencil, I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to flip my camera around, and we're going to get started. I'm going to, get my chalk paste and everything all ready to go, and I'll show you guys how I do that exactly. I'm just pulling out a couple more squeegees. You never can have too many of these guys. I love our little squeegees. They actually come like this, and I just cut them down. I either cut them in half, or I cut them in fours. So I like to utilize my products as best I can. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera around so that you guys can see the project itself. And we're going to get started. I'm going to grab my scissors because I'm going to have to cut my stencil apart, and you guys will see, you know, how I do all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just get you guys turned around. All right. Alrighty, here we go. My camera setup is a little weird, and I am so sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Now we've got everything in view. First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stencil out of its packaging. And this is how they come. And this is a size 12 by 18 stencil. And what I'm going to do, sometimes when I cut my stencils apart, I will just, you know, cut them, you know, completely apart. But I've kind of liked being able to keep my stencils big. But there are these white little lines are cut lines where you can cut your stencils apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use my scissors, and I'm going to cut the stencil apart. And I'm going to cut all the little elements that go with it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use the wings. I'm not sure yet. Well, Rhonda, that's no fun. Wait until you get your kit, then you really won't be able to sleep. Okay, now that I have these all cut apart, I'm going to use my Sharpie to mark the backs. And you might be asking, why are you marking the backs of your stencils? Good question. I'm marking the back of our stencils because our stencils are reusable. They are silk screened, self-adhesive, reusable stencils. And when I'm done with this and I have it all cleaned off, I'm going to put it back on this backer sheet. I don't know if you guys can see the glare, but there's a shiny side and then there's more of a papery side. And you want to make sure that you get your stencils back on the right side of the paper or the backer sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and mark all of the backs. I'm going to do wings. I'm going to just call this swirl. And then this one is because. Okay, now I have all of our pieces marked. Let me see here. There we go. Yes, when you do have a big stencil, it is a whole lot easier to manage when you do cut it down. For sure, for sure. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to, you know, kind of lay this out and see where I want it. See how I keep losing my hair and it's ending up on my projects. And it's kind of cracking me up. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this here. I'm just trying to think how I want this placed out. And you definitely don't have to take as much time as, you know, what I do to, you know, lay it all out. And some people have it all laid out when they, you know, when they do their particular project. You know what? I think I am going to use the wings, and I think I'm going to pull in some of the shimmer gold. I think I might do that. I'm not so sure. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to use the wings. I'm going to use the, because someone we love is in heaven. There's a little bit of heaven in our home. And then I think I'm just going to use our little swirl here. And I'm going to put that down here at the bottom. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, because this is a brand new stencil, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do what is called linting. So, I'm going to pull my backer sheet from my stencil. You never want to pull just from the corner because you could stretch your stencil and it will ruin it. So, I'm just working my way down and I'm pulling back the backer sheet. And you can see how sticky it is. So then I'm just going to pick it up, and I'm actually just going to throw it on my shirt. Just to pick up just a little bit of lint, just so it's not quite so sticky. And as I'm pulling it off my shirt, you can kind of hear, hey Amanda, thanks for popping on. How are you doing this morning? So I'm just grabbing some lint off of my shirt. Hey Lindy, how are you? And now that I have my stencil ready, I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down, and I'm going to put it up pretty far on the board here. And I just want to make sure that I've got it fairly centered. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want, I do want it to be somewhat. Okay. And there I have that all down. And I'm just smoothing it out, making sure that there's no air bubbles in our silkscreen areas. And then I'm going to take our In Our Home, and I'm going to pull it back from its backer sheet as well. I'm going to get a little bit of lint on here as well. And then I'm just going to lay this down. You know what? I might wait. Yep, you know what? Actually, I'm going to wait because I know exactly where I'm going to put that. So I'm going to just set that to the side until I get this done first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the words in black, except for the word heaven is going to be in blue, and the word love is going to be in pink. Alrighty. So I just opened our black chalk paste, and you can see it's a little clumpy. So I'm going to just go ahead and spray some water in there. I have a little spray bottle with distilled water. And I'm going to... Hey, babe. Alright. Cool. hubby just came home. And so I'm just going to give it, now that I've got the water in there, I'm going to give this just a little stir to get it to the right consistency. I like my chalk paste to be the consistency between yogurt and frosting, like frosting in a can. Okay, so now I have that stirred up. I'm going to actually get all of my chalk paste open and stirred up. Oh, and this is a new one. This is how they come. And you just take the top and peel it off. And then I'm going to just get my stir stick in there and give it a good stir. I don't think I'll have to really put any water in this one because it's brand new. So actually, I don't like my paste real thick. So I just gave it 2 quick little squirts of water. And I'm going to get this all stirred up. All right, that's better. So there's our black, there's our blue, and now for our sugar plum. And this one I know for sure I won't have to add water to, because this one is like the perfect consistency. It's been the perfect consistency since like the day I bought it. Okay, so there are our 3 colors and they're all ready to go. All right. I will say be careful when you open your paste over your project, because there's little like little pieces that come off your lids and stuff. And if you've got a board that doesn't isn't really erasable, it could be a little crazy for you. Okay, so what I'm going to start first with is I am going to do what is called the chalk and peel. I'm going to chalk a little bit, peel it up, lay it back down, chalk a little bit, peel it up, just because it's a bigger project. And I don't want my paste to be, I don't want my paste to dry on the board itself until I'm ready for it to dry on itself. So I'm going to just take my squeegee and I'm going to dip it in the black. And I'm going to start here at the top and I'm going to just work my way down. And actually I'm going to grab my stir stick and I'm just going to grab a little bit of paste and get some of that on there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. Well, colors have now just changed. That's what happens. Sometimes you get a little bit excited and you get a little bit ahead of yourself and you go a little crazy. Okay. I'm going to be very careful underneath this big heaven because I do want that one blue. Okay, so now I'm going to squeegee up the excess, put it back into my jar to save for later. And then I'm going to, as soon as I get all this extra chalk paste off, then I'm going to peel it up before I do the love. Okay, now I've got that all peeled up or squeegeed up. So now I'm going to just grab my corners and I'm going to peel this straight up like so. And I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. And as you can see, I've got a couple little areas that bled a little bit, but those are easy. Those can clean up, and I just cannot believe I did that. Okay, well, you'll see how our board does clean up, because the black on the chalk paste, I went ahead and let it touch the bottom down here. But I'll show you how that can clean itself up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this up, and I am going to zap it a little bit with my heat tool, but I'm going to make sure that my heat tool does not touch my stencil, because if it touches the stencil, it will melt it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just barely lay this back down. Just barely. And I'm not going to push anything down except for this word love. And I need to clean my fingers because I got black chalk paste everywhere. And that is typical. When you start playing with this, just get messy with it, because it cleans off. See? Cleans off super easy. And then while I have this out, this is just a regular old disinfectant wipe. Let me just go ahead and get this cleaned up. And voila. Okay, so now I'm going to use one of my tiny squeegees, and I'm going to grab just a little bit of this pink, this sugar plum, and I'm going to go in very lightly and very carefully, because I don't want to get it mixed into the black like that. Well, did not want to get it into the black, but because there's kind of black everywhere. Oh well. Hey, Jess! And I'm not going to put the leftover back in my container, because there's, as you can see, there's black paste on my squeegee now. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside, and I am going to pull this back up. And there's a little bit of black in there, but I don't think it looks bad at all. I like it just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this piece up. I'm going to make sure that the word heaven is completely down, that there's no air bubbles. And I'm going to grab some of our blue chalk paste, and I'm going to smear it on that area. I'm going to grab another squeegee, and I'm going to start from the top and work my way down, just making sure all of those silk screened areas are covered. And then once I've got it all covered, I'm just going to go back in, squeegee up all the excess, get it put back into my jar for another use. Okay. It's not what I wanted to do at all. So now I'm just going to pull this straight up, and that's the first part. Now set my stencil off to the side so that I can clean it when I'm completely done. And now I'm going to bring in my heat tool, and I'm going to get this all dried up. And if you don't have a heat tool, you can always use a blow dryer. A blow dryer will work. And it will just get this all dry. And it just takes just a few seconds. And as you can see, this is dry to the touch. And because I'm going to add more to it down here, I am going to let the board come back to room temperature. And while that's coming back to room temperature, I just wanted to take a second and tell you guys about our brand new Get Started kit. We launched a brand new Get Started kit yesterday. Our kits are $69. And the moment you sign up, you get access to a 35% discount as being a creator. And with our Get Started kits, they come with four 8.5 by 11 silkscreen stencils like I'm using here today. You get one 5 by 7 stencil. You get 4 jars of 3-ounce jars of our chalk paste. You get one 3-ounce jar of a permanent ink. You get a small squeegee like this. You get our angled squeegee. You get an apron. You get some chalkable chips, and you get an 11 by 14 magnetic chalkboard. And you get all of that for $69. If you are interested in getting your hands on one of those kits, or if you just have questions of what it entails to be a creator with Magnolia Design Company, if you will comment the word team in the comments, I will reach out to you and give you all of the information to be a creator with Magnolia Design Company, as well as joining my team. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I will be able to answer any questions that you may have. And if I don't have an answer, I do have an amazing team that I can get answers from. And our uplines are fantastic. So now I have this all completely dry, and it is back down to room temperature. So now I'm going to bring in our home. And I'm going to snuggle this up. I'm going to kind of line it up right here with our word heaven. And I'm going to move it off to the side just a little bit. And I'm going to just smooth it down, making sure that there are... Hey Sarah, thanks for popping on. Glad you could catch me live. I'm going to be very careful not to push it down here at the H, because I don't want any of this that's already done to pull up. So then I'm going to grab my black squeegee again, and actually I'm going to grab my little one, because in R is going to be black and home is going to be pink. Actually, question for you guys. In R is going to be black, but home, should I do home in the blue, or should I do it in the pink, or should I do it all in black? I will leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think? In R in black, and then home in blue, or home in pink? Or I can do all of it in black. Pink. Okay, I've got one for pink. Any other suggestions? Hey Brenda, thanks for popping on. So far I've got one suggestion of pink. Anybody else want to chomp in? If nobody chomps in, we're going to do it in pink. Okay, I've got 2 for pink. Oh, I got 3 for pink. Okay, pink it is. So, I'm going to come in with the black and do in R. I'm going to try to be very careful with this black. That's what's nice about being able to cut your squeegees apart, is you can make them little for these little pieces. Okay, everybody's saying pink, so pink it is. So pink it is. So I'm going to Hold on one second. I need to grab a disinfectant wipe so I can wipe off my pink squeegee because it got into the black a little bit on the last one up there. Hey, Miss Debbie. Thanks for popping on. Saw pictures of those grandbabies of yours with you and Brother Doug. They are super cute. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and grab a little bit more of this pink and go over it in the words home. And I'm just working my way from the top to the bottom. And as I'm going to wait until I'm all done over here before I get into this little swirl. Because I do not want black in my chalk paste again. Okay. Now I'm just going to grab a tiny, tiny bit and come in here for the swirl. There we go. And once I have all the silk screened areas covered with the chalk paste, I'm just going to squeegee up the excess. And now it's ready to peel. So now I'm working my way down to the middle because I don't want to pull from the corner because it will stretch your stencils and it will ruin them. So now that I have it in the middle, I'm going to pull it up like so. And then I will set my stencil aside to be cleaned. I'm going to grab my heat tool again and I'm going to bring it in and get this all dried up. For you that are watching, just letting you know, I do have bundles available. I have posted a couple on the business page and they are still available. If you're interested in getting a bundle or if you're interested in just getting your hands on some of the supplies, I did put the link to my website in the comments. Or if you are wanting to put your own bundle together, if you will comment bundle in the comments, I will reach out to you and help you put your bundle together. And what a bundle will consist of is you can pick a surface, a chalk paste, a stencil, and then your squeegee. And I will put that together in a bundle for you. If there's a bundle that you're wanting to create yourself and I haven't exactly posted it on the business page. So now this is all dry, but it is still very warm. So I'm going to go ahead and let this come back to room temperature before I add our little swirl down here at the bottom. And while that's drying, oh, my dad is on. Hey, Dad. Okay, now that I've got the swirl laid down here, what color do you guys think I should do the swirl in? And it doesn't have to be the three colors that we picked out. I have a gold, I have a gray. I don't know, what do you guys think? Or I can do like a marble effect where I use the blue, pink, and gray. What do you guys think? Or I can just do it in black since most of it is all in black. Thanks, Deb, for remembering him. His birthday was awesome. Thanks to so many of my amazing friends hopping on Facebook and wishing him a happy birthday, and those that knew him and had his number, you know, giving him a call. For being quarantined for his 81st birthday, it was pretty decent for him. Okay, I've got one. Let's see. I have one that says black. I have one that says gold. So I need a tiebreaker. Since black and gold are the only two that have been popped up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close up my pink. Hey, Dawn. Thanks for popping on. I will be finishing your project today here is actually as soon as I'm done with my live. Hey Karen, thanks for popping on. Okay, so we've got black and we've got gold are the two options. So what is everybody thinking? Black or gold for the swirl? And just so you can see, when I close up my paste, I do put like 2 little squirts of water in my jar. And that just keeps it from drying out in the time, while it sits on my shelf. I do use my paste fairly consistency and fairly regularly, so it really doesn't give them a chance to dry out. But okay, Rhonda says gold. Okay, so I have 2 golds and a black, and my gold is brand new. So you're gonna kind of get to see me get a little messy to get these off. This is how the old containers came, and they're a pain. So I'm gonna grab my scissors here, and I'm just going to go right around the edge. Well, maybe I am. All right. So I think gold it is, because I've got 2 that are requesting it to be in gold, and I have 1 requesting it to be in black. But that is how our chalk paste comes. And as you can see, I opened this over my project and I dropped little hard pieces. That's why I suggest you don't open your chalk paste over your projects. Okay, so since I've got 2 for gold, gold it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean up. Mine was like workout. So with your black chalk paste is a little thicker anyway. So I make sure I put, anytime I close up my black paste, I do go around the edges. I'm trying not to do this over my project, but it's the only way I can do it and show you on camera. And so I put about 3 or 4 squirts of water in my black chalk paste, just so that it does not get chunky and is an arm workout to get it opened. Okay. So I'm going to pull in my lovely little multi-purpose tool. It has a little small squeegee at the end, and it has like a stir on top. I don't like to use this one to stir my paste, just because it gets real clumpy with the chalk paste. So I'm just going to use the little end. I'm going to get in there and give this a good stir. This is a brand new chalk paste, and so you can hear it kind of sounds like Rice Krispies, like snap, crackle, and pop. And you want to mix it until you don't hear those snap, crackle, and pops anymore. And it's going to be a little bit thick, so I'm going to go ahead and get a couple squirts of water in there just to thin it out a little bit, because I do like my paste a little bit thinner. Once you get your own products and you start using them, you can decide the consistency that you want for your paste. I like mine to be like yogurt or frosting in a can. So now that I have that all stirred up, I'm going to get all of this chalk paste off of here. Black was ink. Oh, okay. Okay. So now that I have that all done, I'm going to go ahead and grab another squeegee. If I have one, we're going to find out. No. So, what we're going to do, okay, good. I didn't get any other colors on my multi-purpose tool. So again, I'm going to grab from the end here, I'm going to grab it from the middle, pulling the backer sheet away from it. I'm going to throw it on my shirt to get some lint. All right, and I'm going to lay this down right about there. And I'm going to smooth it out, making sure that there are no air bubbles in my... Oh, I've got a hair though. And it's right across the stencil part. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to smooth this back down again, making sure that there are no air bubbles. And I'm going to use my multi-purpose tool. I'm just going to grab some chalk paste and I'm going to smear it on here. And then I'm just going to work from the top. I'm going to be very careful because I don't want to go off the stencil. Deb, I'm not quite sure what you're asking. So I'm just making sure that all of my silk screened areas are covered with my chalk paste. Okay, then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to get all of that extra chalk paste back up. And I'm going to just squeegee it back into my jar so that I can use it another time. I want to get as much of it off as I possibly can without going off. Hey Tracy, how are you? All right, and now that I have that all done, I'm going to work my way in. I'll grab it at a corner, but I'll work my way down. You know what, let me move this up here so you guys can see this. I worked my way down to where I can grab it here in the center, and I'm just going to pull straight up like so. And voila, that is our project for today. I'm going to go ahead and get this all dried up. Yes, Miss House Snack, I do make them and sell them. If you wanted this particular saying, this is the only board like this that I have. I can see if I can get one, but I do have the stencil that I could do this on a chalkboard for you, or I could do it on a piece of wood. But yes, they are for sale. These here will run $18. So if it's something that you would like me to do for you, and you would, you know, you can customize it any way you want. I can show you the colors that I actually have, and you can pick, you know, the colors that you want. If you will message me, you can, just message me on Facebook if you want to. Then we can, talk details and things like that. So now it's all dry. And as you can see, it is dry to the touch. Like I am touching it and it's not coming up on my hand at all. So your project is completely done. Now with this particular project here, if I wanted to, I could seal it, and I use a Mod Podge sealer. I use a Mod Podge sealer to seal my projects, or if you like the one that I did. Okay. I will message you after I'm done with the live here. And we can work that out. Sorry, I was putting my lids away and putting my lids on my chalk paste, and I put my black lid on my gold lid on my black chalk paste. So I'm going to try and clean this off just a little bit so I don't get black paste in my my gold container. Would not be cool at all. And that's the project for today, y'all. It's super easy, super quick, super easy cleanup. I'll end up throwing my stencils in my sink and they will clean up super easy. I can, just within a couple minutes of getting off of here, everything will be cleaned up. I'm going to turn you guys back up here to me. If you like what you saw, if you would share this video, I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions about our products or about what you saw me do today, or if you'd like some information on how to get paid to craft, if you will comment team in the comments, I'll get you the information about, getting paid to craft and our Get Started kit that I explained a little bit earlier in our live here. But I appreciate you all popping on. I thank you guys for, letting me invade your Saturday mornings and your Tuesday nights to join me for more projects and more fun using Magnolia Design Company products. I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Hope you have a great week. I will see you guys again on Tuesday night for our Tuesday tutorial. I'll be going live about 6 o'clock. It'll be between 5:30 and 6. I'll give you guys a little heads up before I go live so that you guys can be watching. If you are a part of the Foxy Chick page, if you will hit the little bell and turn on your notifications, that way you will not miss any time that I go live. As soon as I go live, you will be notified that I am live and you can hop on and join us. Thank you again for watching. Hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Bye.